Show, the business podcast that knows you're busy. That's why our business lessons every single day are only 10 minutes. Get what you need and keep moving forward with our daily 10-minute business lessons for the real world. I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. And today's episode is a must-read episode. In our must-read episodes, I share with you a book that I've read that has greatly influenced me as an entrepreneur. I share with you some of its insights, my takeaways, as well as share why you should read the book too. And today's must-read is The Boron Letters by Gary Halpert. The Boron Letters is a very, very interesting book, and Gary Halpert is an interesting guy. For those who don't know who Gary Halpert is, he's one of the most successful copywriters of all time. His sales copy has made millions and millions of dollars. And in this book, The Boron Letters, Gary actually explains exactly how to write great sales copy. He also mentions some great nuggets about building a business, acquiring customers, marketing, and he delivers this message in a very original way. It's called The Boron Letters because these are letters written to his son when he's in prison. And the prison is called Boron. We get into why he's in prison, why he's writing these letters to his son, what these letters are all about, and why the book is so compelling in today's lesson. So let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is sponsored by Acuity Scheduling. Get your scheduling in order, get organized, and get the software that allows people to book you for your time easily. If you have clients, whether you're a doctor, a lawyer, a massage therapist, a hairstylist, Acuity Scheduling can help your clients book you easily. But don't take my word for it. Try them out for free. Acuity Scheduling is giving every listener an amazing, amazing free trial, 45 days. We've signed up and we are so happy with it. Just go to acuityscheduling.com/MBA. Again, that's acuityscheduling.com/MBA. So as I mentioned in the intro, Gary Halpert is writing letters to his son in prison. At the time, Gary is in his 40s and his son is around 16 years old. So we got to get this out of the way first. The elephant in the room. Why is Gary in prison? Why is this guy in prison such a good sales copy guy? What did he do? Well, my first advice to you is when you read this book, you have to put that aside. You have to put aside the fact that he's in prison. Gary admits he's made a mistake and he's doing some time in prison. In the book, they're not very specific why he's there, but it has something to do with his marketing and maybe misleading people. He mentions that he got too close to the line, and I believe his sentence was 10 months. Now, I have to say that, of course, it's going to bother you, but you just got to get over that so you can get the lessons from this book. So, now that we're over that, why is this book so compelling? Well, he's writing to his son. He's 16 years old, and he wants to show him everything he knows about sales copy, about business, about sales, how to cultivate customers, how to keep customers. But interestingly enough, the first couple of chapters are very entertaining because he doesn't really dive into the business first. He talks about other things. He teaches his son about being fit and good nutrition and even attracting women. It's so interesting and fun because these letters are authentic and they're unedited. In fact, at the end of each chapter, there's an update, commentary by Gary's son, the person he was writing letters to. He talks about how those lessons are applicable in this day and age with the internet and online business. He also talks about how those lessons affected him at the time, as well as how it affects him now. I thought that was a great addition to the book. First of all, this book is so easy to read because he speaks directly to you. Well, he speaks directly to his son, but it's kind of interesting. You're reading letters. But after a couple of chapters, he really starts to move in and talk about sales copy and offering things that people want. He talks about the AIDA formula. I know we mentioned this in an earlier episode where we covered Neville Medora's book. This book will teach you how to write better. And in fact, my buddy Neville is the one who recommended the Boron Letters to me. Now, just as a refresher, the AIDA formula is a formula to write any kind of sales copy or sales letter. And in this day and age, that means an email, a newsletter to your email list. And AIDA stands for AIDA. A is attention, I is interest, D is desire, and A is action, a call to action. So he goes in detail of how to write great sales letter. He actually gives you examples. He makes up products to give examples. He talks about how to get people's attention without misleading them, and how if you can market things properly, you can really tap into endless amount of wealth. It's a pretty incredible book. He actually just shares his strategies with his son because he wants to see him do well. And he actually mentions case studies, times when he used this technique or used this strategy in a sales letter and made X amount of dollars. So why do I recommend this book? What did I get out of this book? One, I have to say this book really opened my mind. I probably wouldn't have read a book like this 4 or 5 years ago, just because it's too salesy sometimes. Sometimes it's too direct marketing. And you may feel that way when you read this book. But I've grown wiser as an entrepreneur a bit. I've matured, and I realize that you got to take the good out of anything. And there's a lot of good here. A lot of us, we don't know how to describe the value we're offering our customers. And the Boron letters, in his letters, he shows you how to do that. It's a huge game changer. You have something of value, but you don't know how to describe it to people. You don't know how to explain why it's valuable. And when he breaks down his sales letters, he shows his son in this book how you can sell real estate in a whole different way. And that's just one example. He's got plenty other in the book. Remember, these are a sequence of letters, so they build upon each other. He talks about what happened yesterday. Remember when I mentioned that in my previous letter? And he actually signs off, "Love you, Dad." It's incredible. I don't know. I just thought it was an original format for a book. So I'm going to break down exactly what this book will help you with. Number one, it's going to teach you how to write basic good copy, how to be a good copywriter. It's not going to be brilliant, but it's going to give you the tools to get started and to put something out that's decent at least. If you're embarrassed about the way you write your sales letters or your sales pages or your emails, this is going to save you. He also talks about the finer points of writing well. What are the things you can do, from formatting to the way you actually use your words to punctuation? He also covers in the book what really makes people buy. Why do people make the decision to buy something? And how you can tap into that in your business. He also talks about how you can lead your reader by the hand, how to walk them through the sales letter, how to walk them through the email, how to walk them through the sales video or sales page. You got to walk them by the hand step by step so they know exactly where you're trying to take them. Don't just assume they know where to go or how to do things or how to buy. He talks about layouts, and you can use that in your sales page. He talks about how to exactly ask for the offer, how to ask for the call to action. A lot of us, we just put a buy button and we don't ask for the offer, and that's required. He also talks about how to make your copy clear and readable and easy to read, easy on the eyes. Some of these techniques are just fantastic just to know in terms of writing, period. Emails. There's so many more, but I just want to mention one more. He talks about in the book how to write for money, how to write for a sale. Now, I'm not going to be able to explain exactly what he means by that or the details of that strategy in today's episode because it's quite long and he actually spends a few letters explaining it. The point here is that some people, they write thinking that people like to read good literature. No, the purpose of your writing in business is to make a sale, is to get people to take action, whether that sale is to sign up for your newsletter or to sign up for your podcast or your video show or to actually buy your products and services. Don't try to flower it up by being the best writer in the world. Be direct, be clear, and walk them by the hand because that's how you get a sale. That's the purpose. Just a couple things to keep in mind. This is written in the 80s, so Gary was doing direct mail, actual pieces of mail, physical paper. Yes, it was typed out, but he was actually sending physical mail to people and making money from that. But you can apply the same concepts with email. It's so much easier now. You don't have to pay for postage. That's something he talks about, postage costs. Now, you're going to have an email marketing service, but it's far less than the postage you're going to be paying if you did direct mail. But all in all, I do recommend you read The Boron Letters by Gary Halper because it's going to open up your mind a little bit when it comes to copywriting especially, and sales and marketing. It's a bit old school, it's a bit salesy, but you got to look past that and take out the nuggets. I wouldn't put a book on the show that I wouldn't recommend. I don't think it will help you. It will help you, but go into it knowing that some things won't feel 100% right because you're not used to it. It's not your world, but it doesn't mean you can't take out all the great gold that's in there. Guys, I got more on today's topic, but before that, I got to give love to today's sponsor, Acuity Scheduling. If you have a business, you have clients, and you have people you schedule your time with, whether that's colleagues in your business, booking coaching clients, booking consultancy clients, booking the time to speak to potential customers, whether you're a videographer, a photographer, a graphic designer, you need software that's going to make your life easier with these tasks. And Acuity Scheduling does it all. It makes it so easy for your clients, for people to book you for your time. They can even pay you for your time at the time of booking if you'd like. What I love about Acuity Scheduling the most is that it's easy to use. I got set up and up and running in no time. I was so happy we switched to Acuity Scheduling because it makes our business run a lot smoother. And now you can give them a try for free. Acuity Scheduling is hooking up every listener of the show with a free 45-day free trial. That's amazing. Just go to acuityscheduling.com/MBA. That's ACUITY scheduling.com/MBA. Guys, to wrap up today's lesson, today's must-read lesson, The Boron Letters is actually a really entertaining and enjoyable read. You're going to learn a whole bunch of things about sales copy and sales and marketing. But it's also just an interesting read to hear the conversation a father has with his son. For that reason alone, I would recommend this book. We're going to put a link to this book in today's show notes, and you can check that out at 100mba.net/MBA555. All right, guys, that wraps up today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Tune in tomorrow. Make sure you hit subscribe so you get it automatically right into your device. But before I see you tomorrow and before I go, I want to leave you with this. Some of the best books that I've read, when I started reading them, kind of felt like, is this for me? I don't know. But once I gave it a chance and read a chapter or two, I started to realize, it's not exactly my match, but there are things in here that I can really use. You start to think critically. This person made millions of dollars with their ability of writing great sales copy. I think he could teach me something. Try to keep an open mind when you're reading books as well. All right, guys, I'll check you in tomorrow's episode. I'll see you then. Take care.